What's going on, guys? Coach Joe here with Heartletics.com, and welcome back to a brand new episode. Today, I'm fired up, and we're going to be talking all about who is coaching you. So I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. I feel like I'm getting ready for a fight almost, recording this podcast. So it should be a good one for you guys that's tuning in, simply because obviously, right, we live in the world of internet marketing. Me being a business owner, CEO of Heartletics, I run Facebook ads, right, to advertise Heartletics, to help show to these other guys out there like, hey, this could be you. Burning body fat, getting in great shape, ultimately mastering your life with your health goals, your fitness goals, becoming more confident, mentally and physically better. Like, hey, who doesn't want that, honestly? But some idiot happens to comment and says, why would I need a coach? Well, let me respond in a simple podcast episode for you guys. Why would you need a coach? Let me answer that. Well, one, you are either coachable or you're a slave. Okay? I'll repeat that one more time, just so everybody knows. You are either coachable or you are a slave. Because what a coach is doing, it's teaching you something. Okay? But what a coach is doing, it's empowering you to become the best version of yourself. What a coach is going to do is see the goal that you are trying to achieve and give you the game plan to successfully achieve that goal. Now, you may be wondering, like, okay, so why did you say, you're either coachable or you're a slave? Well, at the end of the day, everybody's teaching you something. Your boss is teaching you something. And you might hate your occupation, but yet you still show up every single day, right? Yeah, the news, you wake up every single morning, you turn on the news, you see all the negativity, the filth, the pollution that's out there. You're a slave to that. Social media, you end up scrolling aimlessly through social media, not doing anything at all, but being suckered into all the pollution, the negativity, the drama. Hey, you're a slave to that. At the end of the day, right, somebody is teaching you something at all times of your life. But what a coach is going to do, a coach is going to empower you so that way you can also lead. You can become your own coach. Why? Well, at the end of the day, our mission at Heartletics is to help men become leaders. I say it all the time. I'm raising a son here. He's little. He's a young kid. He's a toddler. He's growing up in such a negative world. So I have to do my part by, one, leading by example, using my voice, right? Doing the things that I do. I'm not only just talking the talk, baby. I'm walking the walk. Every single day I'm doing my push-ups. I'm doing my sit-ups. My son is doing the same things because he's seeing me do that. I'm leading by example. But I'm also coaching these other men to do the same. See, we work with guys specifically in their 40s to 60s to really help them become leaders. And we understand that that's going to be tough. That's not exactly an easy walk in the park, especially if you're doing this all by yourself. I mean, come on. That's like going out to war all by yourself with a little pistol. Like, how successful are you going to be? Honestly, you're not going to be successful at all. That's why most guys fail at reaching their health and fitness goals, is because, one, they're doing it all by themselves, thinking they're like James Bond and they can master the world. No. That's not how it works at all. Like, you learn how to become the best version of yourself by going through adversity, by going through pain. But most guys out there are weak, not just physically, but mentally as well. And that's why they give up and go back to their old ways. They throw in the white towel because life throws them curveballs and they don't know how to hit home runs. And so what happens is they get all butt hurt, they get all bent out of shape, and they just give up, right? They don't go back to showing up to practice and try to get better. At the end of the day, like, this is life. This is the reality. It's going to be tough. But here's the thing. You are either coachable or you're a slave. That's the reality of it, okay? And I highly encourage you to be coachable. So you might be sitting there thinking also like this, loser that commented on my Facebook ads, like, oh man, why do I need a coach? Well, at the end of the day, why do you need a coach? Do you think that you can tell your kids to eat their fruits and vegetables, but yet you don't eat your fruits and vegetables? You think you could tell your kids to, hey, get off your tablet and stop watching, TV and go out for, a nice little walk or play outside and be more active, but yet you're sitting home from work, watching Netflix, binge watching it, and aimlessly and just, sitting there drinking a beer, but yet you expect your kids to, listen to you? How are you really going to gain respect in your own household if you don't even have a respect for yourself to be disciplined enough to stick with your own word? I mean, honestly, like it baffles me because to lose body fat isn't hard at all. Honestly, like we have a free fat loss guide over Heartletics that goes over everything. We have a free fat loss training video that goes over everything. It's not hard at all. It's just that somewhere in life, guys typically around the late 20s, early 30s, they get this cushy 9 to 5. They have a family, and they're like, oh man, I'm the provider for my household, right? I'm going to, put the bacon on the table, right? I'm going to pay all the bills, do X, Y, Z. And they put this big chip on their shoulder, right? Where it's this ego that takes over that says, hey, you raised a family. You're the king of the castle now. You can do anything in the world, right? You can conquer anything. And yet what happens is guys continue to feed that ego that hypes them up, right? And like just boosts up their ego bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger to where eventually they're in their 40s, 50s, right? And they're looking at themselves in the mirror and they're like, holy cow, I have high blood pressure. I have high cholesterol. I have this dad bod. I have this, these man boobs. And I don't know how to make a change at all. But then that ego kicks in and says, oh, you know how to make a change. Remember back when you were in your 20s? Remember back when you were in high school? You know how to work out. And you're like, oh yeah, I got this. I know how to do that. And then they go ahead and do that. And then what happens is they fail at doing that because they have a completely different body, let alone completely different lifestyle as how they used to. And then, right, they decide to go to the land of the interweb and they say, what's the best diet to do? Or they go to Facebook land and everybody at Facebook is a nutritionist and a, personal trainer and a registered dietitian. And everybody tells them the same thing. Well, hey, cut out your carbs, Jim, right? And so what happens then? They go to, complying to this and trying out these diets that everybody recommends where, in my practical sense, if I'm going to ask for help on Facebook, which in my opinion, I think that's stupid to do, but if I'm going to ask for help, I'm going to at least recognize the source where it's coming from. If somebody's telling you to cut out your carbs and to do this and, they're giving you all this great advice, right, on how to burn body fat, but yet you look at their photos on Facebook, their profile photo, why aren't they actually following through with what they say? It just blows my mind, honestly. But this is the world that we live in, right? So instead of believing somebody that's, let's say, certified in nutrition, training, strength and conditioning, has been proven, right, for doing this for years of helping thousands of guys burn body fat, hey, I'm going to trust, right, some random friends that I have on Facebook to give me free advice, all right? And I'm going to take that into consideration. And then these guys wonder, they're like, oh, man, I did it. It works out great because they don't understand the difference between weight loss and fat loss. Two different things. And this is why we only focus on burning body fat at Heartletics, because when you focus on burning body fat, you get discipline. You build that mental muscle. You build that willpower. You become a Spartan. You become a warrior. You become somebody that is diligent with becoming the best version of themselves. Not some number on the scale, because nobody cares about that. Honestly, like you could be 200 pounds and 40% body fat, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, man boobs, dad bod, hating your life, no confidence at all. And you could be 200 pounds and be a rock, 10% body fat, doing your daily push-ups and sit-ups, right? Leading by example, hitting your protein goal, focusing on the 7 essential fat loss habits that we master at Heartletics. This is proven. Literally, for years we've been doing this, and it all makes sense. But what's stopping you, right, from reaching your goals is this ego that thinks that you are not coachable. At the end of the day, somebody had to teach you how to drive a car, right? Obviously. So don't you think that person was coaching you because they're teaching you something? And they're able to teach it to you so well that now you can drive a car without having that coach, without having that driving instructor? Of course. And now you could probably drive to work aimlessly and not even realize how you got there, right? Because you're off in la-la land because it's all in your subconscious mind. It becomes a habit. It becomes a routine. So the guys out there that thinks like, oh man, I don't need a coach, right? I'm just going to cut out my carbs or do intermittent fasting. Like, once again, anybody can do anything when life is easy. But it's when life throws you curveballs. And that's where 99% of guys fail and they go back to their old ways. They strike out during those curveballs. They give up. They throw in the white towel, right? So once again, going out to war all by yourself with a small little pistol. You want to have an army behind you. You want to have tanks. You want to have community. You want to have coaches that's going to hold you accountable, but also support you, especially when life throws you these curveballs. So that way you can still hit a home run with your fat loss goals. Now, put it to you like this. I just used the analogy of, driving, right? And a driving instructor, it's not like you have a driving instructor now, right? You can drive to work all by yourself. You don't need somebody, holding you accountable, making sure that you're doing the right thing while driving. Absolutely not. That's how it should be with your health and fitness goals as well. Somebody is teaching you. We always use the philosophy at Heartletics. Somebody can give you a fish and feed you for a day, or someone can teach you how to fish and feed you for the rest of your life. That's it. Plain and simple. So who's teaching you, right, how to eat properly for your body type and goals and lifestyle? We got guys like Nakoma, truck driver, lost 50 pounds of fat in 12 weeks, 90 days, literally eating fast food, drinking alcohol. We got guys like Mark, down over 90 pounds. Guys like Santo, down over 50 pounds. Guys like Coach Brian, down over 80 pounds. Guys like Coach Jimmy, a bus driver, lost over 130 pounds. You think these guys cut out their carbs? No. You think these guys did intermittent fasting? No. You think these guys did all this HIIT cardio and, all this, random stuff that you find on the internet to, quote unquote, burn body fat in the fastest way possible? Absolutely not. We focus on 7 essential fat loss habits. But here's the thing. Anybody can do these fat loss habits on their own. But once again, what's going to happen when life throws you curveballs? What's going to happen when stress is come knocking on your door? Maybe that's something happened at work, something happened at your household. Maybe you get an injury. Are you going to go back to feeding that bad wolf that keeps on telling you in the back of your head, oh, I'll get started next week. I'll get started next week. I'll get started next week. I'll get started after the holidays. And then what happens, right? I'll get started next week, and that Monday shows up, and hey, you make up some other excuse on why you can't get started, right? Something else is in the way. No, right? These guys understand the importance of having a coach. And they understand that, hey, I can't be the one, right, that's going to lead my family for success and help them become the best version of themselves if nobody's helping them become the best version of themselves. Not just physically, so they look good with their shirts off, right, but mentally, so they have all the tools to succeed when life throws them curveballs. So once again, a coach, right? Here's the definition of a coach. A coach is a person, right, that is going to see the vision, right, that's in front of you on where you're trying to go and give you all the tools to succeed on reaching that goal. A coach is going to support you, right, and a coach is going to help you at every single aspect of your life. A coach also is a relationship. That's what coaching is. It's a relationship between a coach and the person, the coachee, the client, if you want to call it that, right? Where, hey, you're learning more about the coaches are learning more about you, and you guys are working together. It's a relationship. It's a partnership. So that way we build that trust together. That way when you say, hey, I need help in this aspect, we know you like a book. We can help you. And this is why at Heartletics, we focus on only personalization. No cookie cutter workouts. No one-size-fits-all diet or programs like that. No. Like everything's all personalized every single week. Hey, how can we help you win today? So that way we can win tomorrow. And then the next day. And then we have a successful week because we're giving you all the tools to succeed. We're creating a program that's all customized for your body type, your goals, your lifestyle, your eating habits for you and your household. So that way, once again, we're doing our job to really helping you become the best version of yourself. So as we wrap up things here, I want to test you. Honestly, like, once again, you can either be coachable or you could be a slave. So what are you falling into a victim mode as? Are you listening to influences out there that's going to better you mentally and physically? Are you listening to guys that want to really see the best for you and really help you succeed? Or are you falling into that slave mentality of, okay, hey, it's the same old rat race every single day, right? Maybe you heard the phrase the Groundhog's Day. Every single day is exactly the same. And then you're just working this 9 to 5, coming home from work, dead tired, no motivation to do anything at all. And then on the weekends, you're blowing everything away to, maybe just watch the sport games with your buddies, right? Have a few beers, and that's it. Nobody is challenging you. Nobody's coaching you. Nobody's supporting you. Nobody's helping you because guess what? Maybe they don't even see the full potential that you have. And that's where it brings us to Heartletics. Because when it comes up to our members that sign up for our coaching program, we have a really good conversation with every single member. Every single coach has their own personal conversations with that member. So that way we can learn about them. That way we know not only just their goals of, their health and fitness goals, but also like where are they trying to take their mindsets? Are they trying to become better at discipline? Are they trying to become a better leader? Where are they really trying to excel at in life? Some of these guys, right, they have ambitions of, starting their own job, and we want to empower that. We want to help them. We want to give them tools, resources, a new mindset to achieve that success. Some of these guys, hey, they want to get off their medications, and they still think in their head, oh, it's all genetics. It's hereditary, right? Guess what? We break those self-limiting beliefs. Some of these guys, they've been picked on and made fun of, right, and overweight since middle school. And they have this self-limiting belief that they will never get in shape. Well, guess what? When you have coaches in your corner that truly care and looking out for your best interests, we're giving you all the tools to succeed so that way you can see the light at the end of the tunnel once and for all. And it doesn't have to be hard here, guys. It doesn't. It's just, hey, where are you at currently right now with your life? Are you admitting that, hey, I need a coach? And are you admitting that, hey, I'm coachable? Guess what? That's the first step to ever having success, is being open-minded, admitting that you don't know what to do and admitting that you need help. That's it. You want to be successful in life? Just be real with yourself. Stop trying to lie to yourself and lie to everybody else saying, oh, I got this. I can do this all on my own. Guess what? There's nothing wrong as a man admitting that you need help. I'm a man, right? I admit that I need help all the time. Right? I have multiple business coaches. I have multiple mindset coaches because I'm always looking to, one, empower myself. How can I make myself better? How can I become a better leader? How can I become a better coach? So that way I can help you become the best version of yourself even more. But ultimately here, hey, I'm raising a family. I'm looking out for their best interests. So I understand that if I invest into myself, it's going to be a best investment for them as well. Because if I'm able to learn more tools, different resources, a different mindset on how to be more successful in my life, I can pass it on to my kid. I don't want my son thinking up, oh, I have to just do this and do this and do this and be, guess what? Just like everybody else, right? You know what? Over 45% of the U.S. population is considered obese. Obese. Everybody's struggling out there. I don't want my son growing up thinking like that he has to live life just like everybody else and fall into that slave mentality. No, I want my son to be coachable. I want my son to say, hey, I need help in this, and be open-minded and put the ego aside and admit that he actually needs help. And then finds help. And it's very easy to find help. I always say it like this. When it comes into a coach, a teacher, a mentor, anybody, find somebody that, one, they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. Are they actually leading by example? Two, can they actually help out you? Meaning there's other case studies, there's other testimonials, there's people that this individual has also had success that are no different from you at all. I say it all the time. We help out guys in their 40s to 60s, right? Typically these guys are fathers, dads, or hey, just guys looking to burn body fat and gain more confidence and have a different mindset, a different outlook in life. And they want to start living life to the fullest. They don't want to be that stuck in the Groundhog's Day each and every day. And lastly, right? what is this person willing to do for you? Is this going to be another P90X where it's, $50 a month, or a V-Shred program where you never talk to that coach? There's no personalization at all. It's just a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter cheap program out there. Or is this coach willing to go above and beyond for you? Is this coach willing to have a relationship with you? Is this coach also helping you out through the dark times so that way, guess what? You can still see that light at the end of the tunnel. Is this coach also providing you support, accountability, resources, like an amazing community group where, guess what? It's impossible to fail. Impossible. The only way that you can fail is, guess what? You continue to feed the bad wolf. Continue to feed the ego. The one that's lying to you constantly, saying, hey, I can do this all on my own. Well, guess what? Sure, you can. But that's a slave mindset. That's not an open mind. That is not being coachable at all. And honestly, if you just take a look at yourself in the mirror and just have a realization, real conversation with yourself, you're going to know firsthand, hey, who are you feeding? Are you feeding the good wolf or are you feeding the bad wolf? You constantly feeding that ego. And if this is something that you've been struggling with, right? Not in just terms of your health and fitness goals, but just the mindset, the lack of being open-minded. And it's been like this for years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And year after year, it's the same old sauna dance. Lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Because you keep on relying back to the same old sauna dance. Oh, I'll just continue to cut out carbs. Oh, I'll just continue to do all this, endless amounts of cardio. Oh, I'll just continue to do intermittent fasting. You know what Albert Einstein said? The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. So here's my call to action for you. Here's my challenge for you. Stop thinking you can do everything on your own. Even myself, right? Honestly, I'm constantly looking for more help so I can level up. I want to be the best version of myself. And that's always going to be a never-ending progress. It's not like I'm just going to, randomly next year be the best version of myself. No, next year I'm going to be so much better than who I am today. But guess what? I'm going to continue to be striving to be even better and better and better. Because this game called life is very fun when you learn the rules. This game of life is very fun when you start playing and you take that controller again and take ownership of working on your skills, working on your mindset, working on your health and fitness goals, and taking ownership and commitment that this is your life and nobody else's. There's not going to make some fat loss pill that you can just take it, swallow, and boom, all of your goals are instantly going to come true. No. Why do you think that when people win the lottery, right, just by playing the numbers, they go broke within 3 to 5 years afterwards? Because they don't have the mindset, the millionaire mindset. They don't have the habits. And all we're trying to do at Heartletics is teach you these habits, how easy it can be to finally achieve your goals once and for all. And if you're somebody like this, hey, I highly recommend going to Heartletics, signing up for a free call, and talking to one of our qualification coaches if we can give you the results that you're looking to once and for all. Why? Because you deserve it. That's all, everybody. Hope you guys got some value. If you did, share this on Facebook, share this on your social media, share this with a friend that maybe just needs some inspiration, because at the end of the day, anybody can have success. You just need to learn how to stop feeding the bad wolf. You just need to understand that, hey, your life, you got to take ownership. You got to take commitment of it. Nobody wants to go out to war all by themselves, right? No, you want to have support. You want to have that wolf pack. You want to have that brotherhood, that community behind you, helping you every step of the way. So that way, guess what? When life throws you these curveballs, you got coaches, you got teammates, and boom, you can still hit a home run during the hard times. Because that's what life is. It's hard. But when you actually focus on leveling up and not being that slave mentality of falling back and just saying, hey, this is my life, I'm just going to throw in the white towel and, hey, it's whatever, I'm just going to take it as it is, get that crap out of here. You got one life to live, and it's time that you decide to start leading by example. Not just for yourself because you deserve it, but your family deserves it. Peace out, Girl Scouts.